all aware of traditional library environment and the way content has been handled. But in the present scenario of library automation and networking, content development has assumed enormous importance. Content development has become important not only because the information is very fast, but also because it is available in various formats.
Now, when we talk of library automation and networking, it need not be only the housekeeping operations of the library, but also it covers how the information content available in a library may be available to the users. Nowadays, content development has assumed greater importance because of the enormous availability of information in the electronic form and in the network environment. Not only the enormous amount of information, but also availability of the information in varieties of formats. It may be textual material, it may be video, it may be audio, it may be multimedia, and a combination of them. Now, obviously, the processing of this kind of information needs a special treatment, different format, different processes, and different techniques. Today we have Professor A. Nilamegan, UNESCO expert, who will be discussing with you the various aspects of the content development which are now going on in the world.
Now, the libraries and information centers which have been performing these tasks in the conventional way, as you are all familiar with, now they are able to do that using the modern technology which we call information and communication technologies, particularly internet and web technologies. Now, why do we want to use internet and web technologies? Because they offer several advantages over the conventional technology that we have been using in libraries until now. One of the important advantages is that it enables better information system management, what you call, for example, through library automation. Secondly, it offers opportunities for us to access a wide range of information services, not only what is available within the local institution, but also across national and international boundaries, as if it is a seamless, borderless access. Thirdly, you can use a variety of platforms, that means hardware and software, to provide these services. Otherwise, it would not be possible to provide these kinds of services. That is the advantage of using the web technology and the internet technologies. In fact, it is found it is very useful to use internet and web technologies within the institution, within the intranets that we develop.
For this, we need to know what are the internet-based architecture that will be provided, the ways in which the databases and services will be accessed. We also need to consider the issues on hosting the content on internet. We should also know the formats that the content should conform to. What are the tools that are available for creation of the content and its processing? Let us now consider the web information architecture. As you are aware that a vast amount of information is transmitted as email messages from the internet. But now, much more information is delivered over the World Wide Web, also called the web, as textual images and multimedia files in different formats. Understanding the organization of web on the internet and the intranet, that is, internal network, say in an institutional complex, will be helpful in the planning and launching of web-based services. The web information architecture includes web servers, web browsers, websites, URL, that is Uniform Resource Locator, and anatomy of the website. Now let us take them one by one in detail. Web servers store variety of web compatible documents and provide access to these on internet or on intranet. These documents are accessed using web browsers like Netscape Navigator and Internet Explorer. One or more web servers are identified with a unique website address on the internet. For example, www.iisc.ernet.in. Documents available on a website are uniquely identified using the URL scheme. For example, http://www.ncsi.iisc.ernet.in/ncsi/database.html, where HTTP is the access protocol, www is the host, ncsi.iisc.ernet.in is the domain name, ncsi is the path, and database.html is the file name. Anatomy of website includes various hardware and software like Web Server Operating System, CGI, database indexing and search, etc. Documents stored in various formats like HTML, HTML, PDF databases, images, audio, video, etc. and dedicated internet, intranet connectivity. HTML page integrates access to the information in organized hierarchical manner. Home page or the root page provides links to second level HTML pages, which in turn link to third level HTML pages, and so on. These pages may contain images and provide access to databases through search from PDF files, audio and video, and so on, or they may link to documents on other servers. Let us now see how the information is accessed over the web. Through web browser, we access the website located on the web server individually. Web server interacts with the scripting language, for example, CGI, which interacts with the databases. Or alternatively, web server also brings web pages, images, audio or video, which may have links to other HTML pages or the websites. The different types of information sources and services to be provided to the clientele over the internet and intranet is an important factor in planning the content, its processing and organizing for providing various services. The information centers need to have a network infrastructure such as LAN, interconnecting number of personal computers for the use of end users and central staff. The library website is an integrating factor. The library website may provide various information about library and its activities. The information center may also place information about itself, that is, about the library, as shown in the example. The locally generated and locally hosted electronic information sources or databases, for example, database reference sources like dictionaries, encyclopedias, digital audio, video and multimedia collection. One of the locally owned electronic source is online public access catalog. The other contents in the library website include specialized databases, staff publications, reports, training manuals, license to electronic journals, courseware and reference material. Information sources hosted on the web servers within the intranet. There are remote electronic information sources available through resource sharing networks and content hosted on other websites in the intranet. There are push-based services such as Current Awareness Service. And the Profile-based Selective Dissemination of Information Service. Housekeeping operations include book acquisition, processing of books, serial management, circulation management, accounting, and other activities. The factors relating to content hosting are the information sources and services to be decided upon, how these are accessed, and how they will be delivered in the manner convenient to different categories of users, how and in what form the content will be delivered. Operations for delivery of contents include File Transfer Protocol, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, Telnet, and email. If the content is web enabled, is it browser aware, or does it require plugins and helper applications at the user end? Will the content be browsed, searched, or both? Is field-based searching required? Is Boolean search and free text search required? What bandwidth is available to the user internet and intranet? The granularity of the information access at the file level or at the record level. This is the example of file level content. And this is the example of record level content. What are the content creation tools that are required? These can be free or commercially available, or even both. What security and confidentiality of data needs to be provided, especially for the purchased content? We will now consider various content formats. Type of content may be text with graphics, the other type of contents may be tables, charts, images, databases and directories are also part of the contents. Audio, video and multimedia are other such types of contents.
खजुराहो, कोणार्क, अजंता और इन जैसे अन्य स्थल जहाँ जहाँ ये दुर्लभ विरल अवशेष पाए जाते हैं, उन्हें हम भारत के कला तीर्थ कह सकते हैं। एक ऐसा ही अनुपम पर प्राय अछूता कला तीर्थ है देवगढ़, यानी देवताओं का गढ़। उत्तर प्रदेश के जिला ललितपुर से लगभग 33 किलोमीटर की दूरी पर बेतवा नदी के दाहिने किनारे अपने में मूर्तियों का अक्षयकोश छिपाए बसा है देवगढ़।
The storage level of these contents may be at records level or at the file level. The access mode of these contents may be through Boolean search. It may be site specific or collection specific. The browsing may be of full records or of any specific field. The content formats to be handled for text are HTML, that is Hypertext Markup Language, XML, which is Extensible Markup Language, PDF, which is Portable Document Format, that is American Standard Code for Information Interchange, ASCII, and MS Word. The content formats to be handled for images are GIF, that is Graphic Interchange Format, JPEG, which is Joint Photographic Experts Group, and BMP, that is Bitmapped Graphic Format. For audio, there is WAV, that is Audio on Window, and RA, that is Real Audio. For video, there is AVI, that is Audio Video Interleave, MOV for movies, and MPEG, that is Moving Picture Experts Group. Whether access to remote information is free or subscribed. Information Center's website would require careful consideration if there are large number of remote information sources, including electronic journals. For cataloging of description of the records, there are standards such as WM Core MARC, that is Machine Readable Catalog, AACR2, that is Anglo-American Cataloging Rules, 2nd edition, and ISBD ER, that is International Standard for Bibliographic Description of Electronic Resources. This is an example of WM Core These are the components of MARC format. There are alternatives for designing of email cum web services or push-based services. We shall also look into what content creation tools are available. They are HTML editors, for example, Netscape Composer and Microsoft FrontPage. Here is an example of FrontPage. Imaging, for example, Paint Shop Pro and Adobe Photoshop. Here is an example of Photoshop. There are also tools for OCR. The examples of OCR are TextBridge and OmniPage Pro, and for PDF, the example is Adobe Acrobat, conversion tools for Word to HTML and Text to HTML. DHTML tools, audio-video conversion tools, website searching tools such as htdig and Swish, tools for web enabling of bibliographic databases, for example www.isis, that is Data Retrieval Package, and Vinysis. There are full text engines like Excite, MG and Vase. RDBMS access using ODBC, for example, Foxborough and Oracle.
Having heard the presentation, you would have realized by now how important it is to know about the content development and the kind of databases that can be developed once you have known the technology there involved, and what kinds of services and products can be produced, and that you can integrate all this through the network, for example, via the internet with the departmental information systems, and you can connect yourself to other information systems within the country and across the national borders, even at global distances, via wide area networks and the internet, or what are called extranets.
In today's world, content development has thus assumed great importance because of its complexity, because of its availability in various forms and formats, and the demand and the availability in number also. But one thing you must remember, that there is not a single standard or uniform format for developing a content development, so you should be aware of the various aspects of it.